Good afternoon. Welcome to chemistry class. In this class, we will discuss about the chapter metallurgies, in which we will discuss about the question and answer of chapter metallurgy. Okay, that is notes of metallurgy. Okay, let's start. So come to the additional question. So what are the additional question? We will discuss one by one. First one is state how the physical and chemical property difference between metal and non-metals are related to their basic structure. Define a metal with particular emphasis on ionization, valency and formation of oxide. Then state the position in the periodic table to which the following metals belong, that is sodium alkali metal, magnesium alkaline earth metal, zinc and iron transition element, and inner transition element metal group fifth, that is aluminium post transition elements. So firstly we will discuss the physical and chemical property difference. So atoms of metallic elements in general have a relatively larger atomic size, hence their valence electrons are held tightly by the nucleus. As such, the valence electrons are mobile, leading to good electrical and thermal conductivity in case of metals. So due to these nature of valence electron which are held with the nucleus of the atom, they have good electrical and thermal conductivity. Further, with 1, 2 or 3 valence electron, metal can easily lose electron to form cations. Thus, metals are electropositive in nature and are strong reducing agents. So, as we know that if an element can accept an electron, then it will get reduced, and when an element release an electron, then it will get oxidized. So the element which will get oxidized will act as a reducing agent. So metals have the property to release electrons, so they can act as a reducing agent. Okay, on the other hand, non-metallic elements in general have the relatively smaller atomic size, hence their valence electrons are held tightly by the nucleus. As such, their valence electrons are not mobile, thus making non-metals, and they are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Okay. Further, non-metals which have 5, 6 or 7 valence electrons, as such the non-metals tend to again electron to form the anions, and thus non-metals are electronegative in nature and are strong oxidizing agents. Electronegative in nature and called as a strong oxidizing agent because they have the tendency to gain electrons. Okay, thus we find that the physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals are related to their basic atomic structure. Okay, definitions of metals. Atom of metal with 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their valence shell can easily lose their valence electron and to form a cation. Example, sodium after losing 1 electron converted into Na plus ion. And a metal can easily lose electrons to form cation, and metals are electropositive in nature. Means when metal loses electron, then it will carry positive charge, so they are called as electropositive elements. Metals on reacting with non-metals form a ionic or covalent compounds. Okay, ionic or electrovalent compounds. So sodium and chloride. Sodium is a metal, chloride is a non-metal. When they will react and form a compound, that is called sodium chloride, and this compound is known as ionic or electrovalent compound. A metal tend to form cation, and metals show a positive valency of 1, 2 or 3. Position of metals in the periodic table. Sodium alkali metal will placed in first group. Sodium will placed in first group. Magnesium is called alkaline earth metal, that will placed in group second or second A. Iron and zinc are transition elements, they are placed in group 9 and group 12. And inner transition element, they are placed in 0 group or inert group, and aluminium, that is post transition elements, will placed in group 30. So these are some elements which positions are in their periodic table. Come to the second question. Metals occur in free state and in combined state. Name 2 metals which occur in free or native state. In the combined state, metals occur in the form of compound. Name 2 different metallic compound in each case which occurs as halide, oxide and sulfide. So gold and platinum, these two are elements which occurs in nature in free or native states. These are main 2 metals which found in nature in free state. but all other elements are basically found in combined state, and these elements are halides, that is cryolite, sodium aluminate, okay, fluorspar, CaF3, calcium fluoride, rock salt, sodium chloride. Oxides of this bauxite, Al2O3.2H2O, zincite, ZnO, cuparite, Cu2O, and sulfide, iron pyrite, FeS2, zinc blend, ZnS, and galena, PbS. So these are some metals which found in nature in combined state with other type of different elements like halogens, oxygen, and sulfur. Okay, now difference between mineral ore and matrix and flux. What is the difference between mineral ore? So what is mineral? The compound of various metals found in nature associated with their earthly impurities are called minerals. Means compounds of various metal which are found in earth crust and form of which are present with some amount of impurities are called minerals. Ores are naturally occurring minerals from which metals can be extracted profitably and conventionally are called ores. So ores are the materials by which we can extract the metals in a profit way. Difference between matrix and flux. So matrix, the rocky impurities including silica, that is SiO2, mud, etc. associated with the ore is called matrix or gangue. When these impurities will present with the metal in form of impurity, then it is called as matrix. Flux, the substance added to the ore to get rid of matrix, resulting in the formation of a fusible compound slag. So it is called as slag. Now come to the next question. Give the common chemical name formula of two compound ores each of aluminium, zinc, and iron. Metal. Aluminium, common name is bauxite, chemical name is hydrated aluminium oxide, and the formula will be Al2O3.H2O. Zinc, it is known as zinc blend, calamine. Two names, common name zinc blend, chemical name zinc sulfide, formula is ZnS. Calamine, chemical name is zinc carbonate, and formula will be ZnCO3. Iron have two common name, that is hematite and iron pyrite. Hematites, the chemical name is iron second oxide, and in case of iron pyrite, iron sulfide, and the chemical formula is Fe2O3 and Fe2S2. Okay, so these are some elements, their common name, their chemical name, and their formulas. Now come to next question. In the stages involved in the extraction of metal in the general, gives reason for the following. Dredging of the ores is an essential process in the extraction of metal from its ores. So the ores are found, as we know that the ores are found mixed with earthy impurities like sand, clay, limestone, etc. So these unwanted impurities in the ore is called gangue or matrix. Okay, the process of removal of these gangue from the powdered ore is called the concentration or dredging. Hence it is essential process in the extraction of metal from its ore because it converts the impure ore to pure concentrated ores. So to dredging of the metal ore is very important process. Second one, an electromagnetic wheel is used in the magnetic separation process of ore from gangue. So an electromagnetic wheel is used in the electromagnetic separation process of ore from the gangue, as it separates the magnetic particles from the non-magnetic particles. So we will use the electromagnetic wheel to separate the magnetic particles from non-magnetic particles during the dredging of the ore. So the magnetic particles get attached to the magnetic wheel and thus get separated from the gangue. Third one is in the fourth flotation process, the ore floats on the top and the gangue settle down. Why? So the impurities get wetted by water and remains behind in the tank. Since the ore is lighter and it comes on the surface with the froth and the impurities are left behind. Okay, so due to lighter nature of ore, it will come out at the surface of the liquid. Magnetic separation is not used during the dredging of the bauxite ore and in the extraction of aluminium. So bauxite is concentrated by leaching base process, and the impure bauxite is treated with the concentrated sodium hydroxide, aluminium oxide and silicon dioxide dissolved, but iron oxide and other basic materials remains insoluble and they are removed by the filtration process. So aluminium is highly reactive metal belonging to the third group of the periodic table. In nature, aluminium is found in form of its oxide in its ore. Okay, hence magnetic separation is not used during the dredging of the bauxite ore in the extraction of aluminium. And the other reason to not use the magnetic separation, because aluminium is a non-magnetic substance. Okay, this clear. Now fifth one is conversion of concentrated ore to its oxide is an essential step and in the extraction of metal from the ore. Even then the step is not necessary in the metallurgy of aluminium. So conversion of concentrated ore to its oxide is an essential step in the extraction of metal from the ore. Even the step is not necessary in the metallurgy of aluminium, because the metallurgy of aluminium, the ore is already an oxide. So in case of extraction of metallurgy of aluminium, we have not required the oxidation process. Yeah, you can say that we does not require to convert aluminium into its oxide, because aluminium is already present in their oxide, that is aluminium oxide. Okay, roasting. So roasting of the concentrated ore is carried out in the presence of excess of air, while calcination of the concentrated ore is present in limited supply of air. So roasting is a process, as we know, that the converting of ore into its oxide by heating strongly in presence of excess air, so that the oxygen get added to form a corresponding oxide, and it is done on the sulfide ore in order to remove the sulfur as a sulfur gets escape in the form of its gases. 2ZnS plus 3O2 gives ZnO plus 2SO2. So whereas in carbonates ore, one need to drive out carbonate and moisture impurities, so ore is heated at a high temperature in absence of air, and this process is known as calcination. Zinc carbonate gives zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. So in calcination, we heat a ore in limited supply of air or oxygen, or in absence of oxygen. So it is the basic difference between the roasting and calcination. Okay, thank you. Have a nice